Hi, I'm Steve Brauning, your missionary serving here in the Dominican Republic with Christian Reformed World Missions. Our family has been here since 1991. I'm field director for our mission team, and my wife Sandra here is a teacher. We raised our family here. In fact, we're about to become empty nesters as our son Mark will graduate from high school and go to college. This time we wanted to take an opportunity to tell you just how thankful we are to the Lord for you, for the partnership that we have in the gospel with the church, for the support, the prayers, the connections we've had, the interest that is shown. These are all such a big encouragement to us, and it's so vital to this ministry. We also want to give a brief overview or an update to this ministry, and our focus here is the importance of long-term ministry. This ministry has been here in the Dominican Republic, involved with church and Christian school as well as community development since the mid-70s. It's over 30 years. Our own role, our own work here has been over 20 years, involving building and strengthening relationships. We work within ministry networks and building trust. All these things take time, and it's the way to see the Lord's work is over time. These are vital for kingdom transformation, the kind of ministry that we are part of, that we want to see take place. It's consistent with God's way. It's holistic, it's integral, it's based in servant leadership, and it has a long-term and in fact even a generational approach. An example of this is a relationship that I can tell you about with one pastor. His name is Julio Cadet. I remember meeting him within our first few months of being here in country. He was young, he was single, and at that time he was an elder in a church, in a small village church actually, that didn't have a pastor at the time. He was also one of my Creole language tutors. I learned a lot from him. And we over the years, we have so many contacts. We went to his wedding, I was present at his ordination. We shared ministry contacts and connections throughout the years. Right now he is a member of the executive board of the denomination, the Christian Reformed denomination here. It's a group that I meet with regularly. So he's now in an important decision-making role. In fact, just this past Saturday, I had the really joy to spend some time with him as he baptized his own daughter, Rebecca, in the Caribbean Sea. These are the kind of long-term relationships, the long-term ministry that allows us to have an impact here. We've seen a lot of changes over the years. We have to roll with the punches sometimes. In the past, missionaries were often involved with decision-making roles themselves, were responsible directly for ministry to make things happen. But over the years, we've seen how God has raised up new leaders, how God has raised up pastors in the churches, how He's raised up Christian school teachers. Now it's up to us to provide support, to provide leadership in a supportive role. It's hard for us sometimes to tell about all the ministry that's going on here because there's just so much. It's dispersed all over the place. And we are not the ones necessarily ourselves that are making the ministry happen. We are in a role of being behind the scenes. One of the key roles that I feel that I have here is to help to keep the key vision and mission on track. God has given me that opportunity to do that alongside of and with important church and Christian school leaders. Sometimes when people ask us, so what do you do? What do you do in the Dominican Republic, or what's your ministry? It's really hard to tell. We have to take time to talk about it. Partnering with a denomination, as I was describing, with nearly 200 congregations and with quite a broad diversity of denominational ministries, takes time, and it makes for a large and very expansive ministry. I'll give you another example relating to the Christian schools here, of the changes here. The Christian schools started in the early 1980s when missionaries began teaching class in these little village churches. They were makeshift classrooms. Very quickly, though, they moved on to training teachers, and from there they moved to training trainers of teachers. To this day, where our main role, like my role with the Christian schools, is to consult with the board and to meet with the administration. At the same time, we also have a substantial grant that we provide for the Christian school operation. But today, where there are 16 Christian schools with over 4,000 students that are receiving a quality Christian education, our grant, which was in the past was around usually like 100% of operational costs, is now less than 25% of the operational costs of the schools. It's because they have a dedicated staff of Christian teachers and other personnel, over 250 people. They're the ones that are doing the daily ministry. We are supporting them. We are providing the type of network that allows that to continue. Also, our connection with you is an important part of this ministry. We so much appreciate the opportunity to share with you, to tell you about the ministry, to celebrate the Lord's blessings, the Lord's work over the years. And we also seek to continue and establish our mutual support. We ask for your prayers, we ask for connections, we seek to communicate with you. We want to encourage you as well as we feel encouraged by you. And the blessing continues. And we want to thank you again, and may God bless you all. In Jesus' name. Amen. How do I turn this?